Welcome back to Out of Our League, episode 6. Need to get this out of the way. If you're not on our Twitter, then you probably didn't see the news. Mikey got traded at the deadline, so it's just me now. Gonna be a little bit different. Don't know what I'm gonna...
Hey.
What's up?
They sent me back. Apparently, due to financial reasons, they got laughed at. Everybody was committed until I got there, and then I got laughed at. So I'm back.
Well, you're they didn't take your chair out yet, so I guess just go ahead and take a seat.
Can we just pretend this didn't happen?
Yeah, we can cut this.
Okay.
You good?
No.
Welcome back to Out of Our League, episode 6. We're back, baby.
It's going fast.
It's going quick. It feels like we just started. It does not feel like 6 weeks already, but here we are. We're in the recording room. We got the Islanders playing.
They're playing Detroit.
Yep, they're playing the Red Wings. They're up 1-0 already in the first. Love that. But let's get to the sports news.
Get into the spice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, real quick. Hey, if you saw our intro from last week on TikTok and you viewed it, thanks. We have like
3,000 something views.
Yeah, over 3K.
Yeah.
And then go check out our other TikToks because I posted one this morning, and I think by lunchtime it had 1 view, which is wild.
The one I posted at like 8 o'clock last night for our bi-weekly beat-off. If you don't remember that, it's where we pick an artist. Well, the artist that we listen to, we flip a song by them. We pick whatever song we liked from their discography, and we try to flip it. And we wanted to make it where it was kind of like a poll where you voted for which one you were feeling more. No votes on the TikToks yet, but I've been slacking and didn't put it on Twitter, so it should be on there by the time you're watching this. So make sure you go vote.
Yeah. We need to know by next week so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to hop on it, obviously, first. But, what's up?
Hop on what?
So, sports.
Sports.
So.
God damn it, dude. All right, I'll just go. NHL trades. Trade deadline is come and gone, right? I don't know if you...
It just passed, right?
It just passed, yeah. Well, by this time it would have been about a week that this episode goes up. Last day was Monday.
Okay.
It's Thursday right
is.
now. Not for you.
For me.
For us, it's Thursday.
And Tanner. Well, for you, it's also Thursday for y'all.
Today, but the day you're watching, it's...
When
Fuck. Claude Giroux got traded. That did happen. Didn't go to the Avalanche, though. He is in Florida with the Panthers.
Ew.
They're a really good team.
But it's Florida.
What's wrong with Florida?
Florida man?
Well, that's fair.
Swamp.
At least it's not Tampa, though.
Yeah, no.
Fuck Tampa.
Fuck Tampa.
He's with them. They're a really good team. They're going to make a deep playoff run. I feel it. I know they had more trades than that. That's the big one, though. Marc-Andre Fleury got traded too.
Mm-hmm.
He was another big one people weren't sure about. He is now with the Minnesota Wild.
That's wild.
It's pretty fucking wild. they're another really good team now. They made some really good trades, so I expect them to have a pretty good playoff run too. Am I bummed that neither of them went to the Avs? Yeah, but
Yeah.
we didn't give up any big pieces, you know?
Yeah, that's
so I'm
good.
happy about that. We have good depth. Still think they can make a pretty good run. Still kind of sucks, though.
Yeah. Some big names that could have helped a lot.
Yeah, I know Avalanche were trying to get Claude Giroux. It was between Florida and them. But I guess they said that their offer for him was very aggressive compared to Florida, and he still went to Florida, which makes me a little happy that it didn't happen, because I'm scared of like who they were prepared to get rid of if it was that aggressive. You know what I mean?
Probably would have ended up being an even trade.
Yeah, or really promising young talent like Bowen Byram, someone who hasn't got to play a lot because of injuries, but has very high skill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad we didn't lose him. I don't know. It's whatever now.
It's over. So
what do you do? God damn it, I almost said Vikings. Vegas Golden Knights. I always do that. I want to say Vikings.
it's close.
They were in trouble. They tried to send, is it Dadnov? I think that's his name. Dadnov. I can't remember.
I think I forgot
I
this.
think it's Dadnov. They tried to send him to Anaheim. Okay. Anaheim was on his no move clause. He had a 10-team no move clause, meaning there were 10 specific teams he refused to go to in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't talk to him or his manager, I guess, and just agreed to a trade with Anaheim to send him away. And he was like, dude, what the fuck? Obviously. And they're like, oh, that's crazy. It's your fault. You didn't turn your no move clause in time. It wasn't filed correctly.
Oh my.
And he was like, well, it was. And they looked into it. It was filed in time and filed correctly. Vegas is just fucking dumb.
They thought they were slick.
Yeah, they tried to be slick, and
it didn't work.
No, the NHL declined the trade, and they made a tweet that was like, we're happy to welcome him back with open arms. It's like, well, you don't have a fucking option. And yeah, he's not going to be happy to be there now. Y'all have lost like 7 of your last 9 games or something like that. And now you have another player who's going to be pissed because you tried to send him away to a team he didn't want to be at.
Now he knows he's not wanted there.
Right. So expect him to be gone probably next season.
I bet that happens quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get out of there. And I don't know. I thought I saw something too where, because it might be a cap issue, Mark Stone and Pacioretty are both injured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, even if they before the playoffs, they can't activate either of those players if they become healthy, technically, because they're going to be over cap. Once they get to the playoffs, there's no cap. They can activate them. I think that's a pretty dumb rule.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's what Tampa's done the last 2 years. They've conveniently been able to set their best player right before the playoffs, right before the trade deadline. Be like, yeah, he's going to be out probably for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah, he's got COVID.
Right. Well, no, they said injury or surgery, right?
Oh.
And they would make these trades, make these deals, get people in, and then as soon as the playoffs started, activate them.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah,
that's a terrible exploit.
Yeah, it's dog shit. I know other teams, obviously try to manipulate it too or whatever, but
it worked out too well.
It worked twice for them. Both times it worked. They got the cup, so fuck Tampa. That's all I really have on NHL. I know there's more trades. Those were just like the 2 really big ones. Mm-hmm. Oh, Giordano, did we talk about that?
We might have.
He went to Toronto.
Yeah.
And y'all sent 2 other people away, I think,
Some
too.
lower.
Yeah, I can't remember their names.
I guess prospects.
Giordano, though.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, he was the big one. He was y'all's first captain,
Mm-hmm.
and he's
It's
already
kind
gone.
of upsetting, but I understand. They're having a terrible season.
Right.
They're only at 20 wins, so.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm going to backpedal real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm
going to fix the game.
To the guy with the no trade clause.
Yeah.
Very familiar situation happened with me when I worked at Sprouts Farmers Market.
What a comparison.
Just wait.
Okay.
So it was like a lot of us got hired all at once, and I had turned in my availability sheet. I was a full-time student working 8-hour shifts at a grocery store.
Right.
So I had very specific days that I could work, and the first month was fine, and then out of nowhere, I mean the whole time I was thinking, like, there's a lot of people working. There's a lot of people here. And I think that kind of plays into it. But like after a month of working there, I would get scheduled on days I wasn't able to work because I'm in class.
Mm-hmm.
And then the days that I was available, they wouldn't schedule me because they were like,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
you can't work these days. We have other people that are able to. And I'm like, yeah, me. I'm able to work those days. And then eventually I just like turned in my 2 weeks, and they were like, why? And I was like, you don't schedule me correctly. They were like, well, we lost your availability like a month ago. You didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
And it's just like, I turned it in.
Mm-hmm.
Turned it in correctly to the manager. I worked a month before this happened. So yeah. Anyway,
That's fucked.
and that immediately reminded me of when I worked at Sprouts for like 2 months.
When you were in the league.
When I was a pro. When I was an organic produce pro. Dude, I culled some bad fruit like crazy.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Yeah. Fuck Sprouts.
Fuck Sprouts.
Terrible place.
I
ate a lot of your grapes. I would just open bags in the freezer and just chill in there eating grapes.
Dude, whenever I worked at a restaurant, we had whipped cream for desserts and stuff. And there was
whippets.
I didn't know. I didn't even know what the fuck that was at the time. But it was just like for a month, basically, we would go in and try to get the whipped cream for the desserts that we had. And you go to spray it and it just like fucking leak out. Somebody would go in there and suck all the nitrous out of it, all the CO2 or whatever, and then just put it back like nothing happened.
All the air's gone, you idiot.
Yeah. Scotty said that they did the same thing whenever he worked at a grocery store, that they got up above like their break room because they were like cleaning, and they looked up there and someone was just doing whippets and throwing them up there just on top of the break room.
What a hiding spot.
I'll have to have him explain it when we have him on. That shit just kills me. What NFL news did you have?
Oh, so we had a couple trades.
Big trades.
The biggest one would be Tyreek Hill.
Right. That's a huge one.
I guess he was unhappy in Kansas City. It seemed like a pretty solid team.
Yeah.
He and Patrick seemed to be decent friends.
I think part of it, he went to Miami.
He went to Miami Dolphins, which is...
Isn't he from Miami?
I think so. I think I saw a tweet that was like, he's going back home. A lot of people are doing that these days.
I mean, it's cool. Like you got the biggest contract in wide receiver history, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think it's the biggest contract for that
It was pretty big,
position.
Wasn't
I can't remember the exact number on
it?
it.
It was a lot.
So, I mean, he got the big bag and got to go back home. That's pretty ideal.
Miami's pretty cool.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to be there?
Dolphins should win more because they have a lot of solid receivers now.
Yeah.
I saw, speaking of Twitter, saw a photo of like a Glock with a giant missile fed into the...
It was Tua.
It was like Tua, but like the missile was the receiver.
Yeah.
Core. Like, Tua's not that bad.
No,
he's at least
not.
a Glock.
True. I didn't know how to respond.
I don't know what that was supposed to mean anyway.
Hold on, I'm about to turn this fan on. I'm already getting hot. Just a second. Don't look at my ass. Stop.
I mean, you guys are horny as shit. God.
Stop.
I'm trying to think. The Dolphins, did they have a negative season last season? They didn't make it to the wild card even.
I think they were like right at 500, if I remember right.
I mean, I can't even think of anybody on their defense besides Emmanuel Ogbah, but that's because he's from OSU.
Right. I couldn't name anyone.
So that's probably their biggest problem. Yeah, load up the offense with a okay quarterback.
I mean,
he's still... he was great in college. I think expectations are always really high.
Well, yeah, look at Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he's dog shit.
Obviously, having Urban Meyer as a coach wasn't a good situation.
Dude is grinding.
Islanders scored whenever the game... Oh, it's not playing again.
We'll just pretend that it's the Islanders' fault that this isn't playing.
Yeah, they're up 2-0, though, so that's sick.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Any other big trades in the NFL?
Right. Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
He went from the Falcons, who have Deshaun.
No, Deshaun went to Cleveland.
Who do they have now? Because there was the meme with Joe Burrow, and it was like this division have all black quarterbacks, and it was like Deshaun in Cleveland, Lamar on the Ravens, whoever's on the Falcons now. And then Joe Burrow, which I guess, yeah. I mean, he's got some mad swagger. Bengals are gonna.
Is he goated with the sauce?
He might be goated with the sauce. Bengals and Bills are gonna be a problem next year.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Matt Ryan went to the Colts.
Marcus Mariota is the Falcons quarterback.
Wow, I'm stupid. That's in my notes.
God damn it!
Right under Matt Ryan. Yeah. Where did he come from?
I think he was there. I think they just re-signed him.
No. He was on the Titans for a while.
Well,
then he went... Did he come from... He came from a blue team. Because whatever team he was on, they would put him in for like fourth down or something like that to run the ball. He never threw. Or like barely threw.
I'm really not familiar with him. I'm not even going to lie. So I don't know any of that. Oops.
He was a backup wherever he was.
Was it the Raiders?
Yes. He came from the Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I remember, because I watched the Raiders play their wild card game. Go Raiders. I like Derek Carr. They're going to be a problem too, but I don't think they're going to be as much of an issue for other teams as the Bills and the Bengals are.
I've heard a rumor that Brady might be interested in trying to go to the Raiders.
Retire, and then you come back, and then you want to be traded. You're asking a lot, Tom. They'll probably do it for him, too.
I don't know how true that is. That's just something I remember hearing.
Stupid. I hate Tom Brady.
I haven't brought it up because I wanted to get your reaction on here.
Oh, God.
Say, I know Bruce Arians said that whenever Tom Brady retired, if he came back, he would not let him go anywhere else. You know what I mean? He was basically going to make him an offer he couldn't refuse.
I don't really like Bruce Arians.
Yeah. I'm indifferent.
What do you do?
Right.
Also, this one's not as big. Decent receiver in the NFL, at least. In college, he was amazing. James Washington, coming from the Steelers, going to the Cowboys. So I think he might be from Texas. So he went home too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I think he's going to be a great replacement for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't really deliver a whole lot recently. Right. James Washington probably on the same level as Amari Cooper, but the Steelers are garbage.
That's your team, right?
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see them going next season? This season, or whatever.
I think they're going to make it. They're going to make it past the wild card. I don't even think they're going to be slotted for a wild card. I think they're going to make it to where they're just going to have a spot in the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would love for them to win a Super Bowl, but I don't think it's going to happen. We don't have the quarterback for it. Sorry, Dak, but it's true.
I don't care who they schedule for the halftime performance next year. If Dallas somehow makes it to the Super Bowl, they've got to just get Creed there.
Yeah.
They have to, right? Like,
well, was it higher?
Yeah, it was higher, and there was another one. The one was like, "When you are with me, I'm free."
Yeah, that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I know the song. I have no idea what the name is. I'm not. As much as I love Creed more than Limp Bizkit, I'm not a Creed fan.
My Sacrifice. That's the song, I think.
Hey, the signal's great now.
Dude, what happened? It's crystal clear.
It's like 8K. The first just ended. So
still up 2-0.
Yep.
Love to see that. It's
working.
working. I got the jersey on before the game started.
Last time it was in the middle and it worked.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
They've won like their last 3 or 4 games. So am I the reason, dude?
Dude, don't let anybody know that. They're going to take you out. Like, oh, we play Islanders soon. Kill that fucker.
Oh, my God. They would have to win every single game by a pretty good margin for this remainder of the season to have a shot of making it in the wild card.
That's upsetting.
Yeah. God damn it. Make
now you're having trouble again.
Fuck off. We're just going to ignore it.
Well, I've got MLB news.
Yeah, you're telling me about a Shohei Otani rule,
yeah,
right?
the Shohei Otani rule. I like this rule a lot because the point of the rule is to promote the two-way player, which is, for Otani, he's a starting pitcher. We've talked about him already. He's a starting pitcher, and he's really, really icy with the bat. So, they had to give him a rule because, but it's a good rule. They didn't, take anything away from him, which is surprising. I would have fully expected that, but they want to promote two-way, and I think it's great because I love that.
No, yeah.
Because it's just getting to watch someone with pure talent do their thing is awesome.
I'm going to try to make a point to catch some of his games, obviously.
Oh, yeah. The Angels are but Shohei Ohtani is pretty sick.
Yeah.
But the rule is starting pitchers who are DHing, because now there's the universal DH rule. So he would be DHing for himself, technically, because they're going to have him DH because he's such a good bat.
Right.
Starting pitchers who are DHing can stay in at designated hitter. I'll just say designated hitter. After getting taken off the mound. So when their shift is up, they're like, hey, you've reached your pitch count. Are we good on camera time?
Oh, good thinking, dude. Hold on. You've got 5 minutes.
Okay. When you reach your pitch count or you're just having a bad game but you're still DHing, you can still bat even though they take you off the mound because you're technically not the same person by rule.
Mm-hmm.
So even when he reaches his pitch count, he can still bat in the ninth, which is cool. I like that rule.
Damn, I'm getting dark quick on my screen. Sun's going down.
I hit that house back there.
Yeah, we'll be able to fix that whenever we change the cameras.
Should we do that real quick before I continue? I've gotten a little bit more.
Yeah, we can. We'll be right back. Now.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Nothing happened.
At all.
Baseball.
Baseball. Banner up. damn it.
Sorry, I know that's going to be loud as fuck on the mic.
All right. Move on to another rule. So the runner on second in extra innings is staying. So what they had implemented...
I know nothing about this.
In extra innings, tied in the ninth. In extra innings, they started putting a runner on second to kind of speed up the games. And they're going to keep that. They were talking about taking that away. I think it's kind of interesting. My bad.
God damn it. I didn't even notice it.
I didn't either. It touched my chin. I was like, huh? I think it's kind of interesting. Some people don't like it.
Yeah.
Kind of miss the old way that extra innings went, where it's like, if you're good enough to get a runner on base and score, then you deserve the win.
Right.
But now you can just get a blooper into the outfield and win off of the first pitch in the extra innings. But
yeah, dude, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm trying to relate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Moving on.
We can't forget our brackets too.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
I'm gonna get that pulled up while you keep going off about baseball.
So, a federal judge ruled that a letter in 2017 to the Yankees needs to be opened.
Yeah, we were talking about that at work.
So, if you don't know, in 2017, there was a huge scandal with the Houston Astros, who actually won the World Series in 2017. They have the title still, but they have an asterisk. I don't think they have like rings or pennants or anything anymore. But they have it like in the record books with an asterisk because of it was confirmed. I'm just fumbling, but we're getting there. So they had a big cheating scandal where they were stealing signs so they knew what pitch was coming. And if you're interested in that, there's a bunch of YouTube videos. They can go really into depth because it's pretty crazy, actually. They were like beating on trash cans for certain pitches, and like how they were stealing signs was pretty crazy.
That's what made me half start paying attention to baseball.
It was pretty huge.
Yeah. That and like the spider tack shit that was going on with pitches, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was talking about someone who's canceled. Trevor Bauer was just like tweeting like, yeah, I do it all the time.
Right.
And you'll watch, I'll do it in this game. And he did it and they didn't give a shit. And then eventually, like middle of the season, they were like, okay, this is getting to be a problem.
Right.
Because every pitcher's doing it. So then they started checking pitchers, and if you were caught with anything, you were
gone,
suspended. You were ejected and suspended.
Right.
So I bet they're still going to do it this season.
Yeah.
But after every inning, they'll check the pitcher's hat, the glove, and both of their hands. What was happening was they were using suntan lotion mixed with the resin from the resin bag, and it created a glue. So then,
they would pull their finger apart, and it would look like a spider web.
It was fucking disgusting. Whoever figured that out is actually probably a genius.
Right.
And then you have Trevor Bauer just like, yeah, I do it all the time. Fucking who cares? And then he would pitch like a crazy good game.
Right.
Anyway, there was that, and then also in 2017, I didn't know about this. I guess it wasn't a big deal. The Boston Red Sox apparently stole signs with like Apple Watches and shit. So I guess they would like buzz a watch, or I don't know how that worked. Because how would you wear a watch during a baseball game? That's pretty nuts. But yeah, back to the Yankees. The letter happened in 2017. Robert Manfred sent a letter to the Yankees about sign stealing. I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently it was. But the judge has demanded that the details of that be released, and that looks pretty bad on Robert Manfred because he obviously covered it up.
Right. I thought I heard something about it too, where like whoever was in charge of it at the time was like a former associate of the Yankees, I thought.
Or like a previous judge?
Yeah, I think the judge at the time of that happening was, prior to being a judge, was associated with the Yankees. And so I think that's part of the scandal too, if I remember correctly.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of trouble they could actually get in because the severity of stealing signs. The Yankees didn't really. I think 2017 was the Dodgers and the Astros in the World Series, so the Yankees didn't even make it to the World Series.
Right.
And that just go Dodgers. They made it to the World Series without cheating. Anyway, so there was that news.
Yeah.
Next, I want to touch on some Blue Jays news, but it was the only like bigger trades that I saw.
You good?
Yeah, Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman is locked in at 2 years for $25 million. So we had the news last week that he was coming to the Blue Jays, but that's the details of his contract. So pretty good. 2 years. I'm okay with that.
Wasn't there someone else that you were like that you forgot about?
Oh,
that
yeah.
You want me to remind you of?
I think I was gonna send it on a TikTok, but we never got around to it. I was talking about stars that are in the Blue Jays lineup. Completely forgot about George Springer. And he was actually a part of the Astros organization when they cheated.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, but he's a good player, so
right.
I'll let it slide because he's playing pretty solid. So he'll never see this, but I'm sorry, George.
In case you do.
In case you do. Anyway,
Brackies?
So we talked about Matt Chapman. One more piece of news.
Okay.
Randall Grichuk, who was an outfielder for the Blue Jays. He's kind of just like I don't want to say spot filler, but he's not really like an all-star.
Right.
He plays pretty decent. He plays better in the field than batting. But he's now going to the Rockies, and he was traded for another outfielder. I'm going to fuck this name up. Raimel Tapia. Never heard of the guy. Yep.
Nice.
We'll see.
You'll have to let me know how that goes.
Oh, I want to go back to Matt Ryan real quick.
Okay.
This is NFL. Matt Ryan, he got traded to the Colts for like 3 third-round picks or something like that.
Yeah.
So not great.
No, not
I don't
good.
see the Colts doing much better.
And I don't see why the Colts would go after him over Baker.
So that's something we forgot.
Yeah,
we're going to touch on this a lot next week.
Yeah, we're going to bring in Jesse.
We're going to have Jesse Hurd. He's my boy.
He's been hot about the NFL trades and stuff. Free Baker.
Free Baker.
I don't know why the Colts would choose to go over with Matt Ryan over Baker.
I don't know.
Like you were talking about at work, maybe it's just because Baker was injured for so much of last season.
People are sleeping on him.
Right.
They're saying he's trash because he played with an injury. It wasn't his throwing shoulder. We keep iterating on that. But still, you play with any kind of injury, that's going to affect you.
Right.
He's not going to run confidently.
And it's not his throwing shoulder, but it still fucks up the mechanics of it.
Right.
So I really hope he goes to the Seahawks. I know Jesse isn't crazy about that.
Jesse doesn't like it, I think, mainly because of the colors of the Seahawks. He really likes, he's big into like how colors look. And he doesn't like the lime green. I kind of agree, but I think the colors work really well.
I love their colors. I love their jerseys. I was telling you, if he goes there, I'm getting a jersey immediately. I will get a Baker jersey as soon as he goes there. So, I mean, I hope it happens.
Yeah.
Who do they have? You know?
Who do the Seahawks have?
Yeah. Since Russ is gone.
They have DK Metcalf.
No. I mean at quarterback. With Russ being gone, like who's their backup? Can you even think?
Exactly. Yeah.
Why wouldn't they go for him?
I don't know. I just hope that he doesn't get stuck in Cleveland.
Oh, me either. Fuck that.
I mean, he would outplay Deshaun, but I bet they would play him over Baker.
Yeah.
Just because another piece of news, we'll touch on this a lot next week. We'll go into depth, but apparently Odell Beckham wants to go back to Cleveland.
Yeah, fuck
they
that
want
too.
Baker gone. Yeah, fuck
They're so
that.
stupid.
Fuck Odell. I hate him.
How many times
I hate
can
him
he be
as,
freed?
I think I hate him as much as I hate Tom Brady. I have reasons to hate Odell, though. I don't. Well, half of the reason that I hate Tom Brady is because of the bullshit he does, where he's like, "I'm the GOAT. I can do whatever."
Right.
But the rest of my hate is just, I don't know.
The winning.
Anyway, all of my hate for Odell is everything he does. Nice.
Tune in. Make sure you tune in next week for more on Baker. I can't wait to hear what Jesse has to say about it. Hopefully we'll have news about it too. Hopefully something will happen.
I hope
I'm surprised it's being drawn out this long. But
yeah, and they're just the Cleveland's losing money.
Right.
They're not going to be able to get Odell with Baker still there.
Right. And I keep seeing memes where it's like Baker promised to come in and like help turn around the franchise. He leads them to 2 playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 playoffs, and then they're like, nah.
It's not what we wanted.
Yeah, fuck them. I've got my bracket pulled up if you want to hop into that.
Yeah, I'll try to pull it up.
Because we covered round of 32, didn't we? We did 64 and 32, I think.
I honestly don't remember. I don't think we talked about it last week. Or did we?
We did.
We did?
Yeah. I'm almost positive we did.
I don't even know which bracket we're...
I'm on the original bracket. I'm not on the second chance one. I'm on the original.
Men's tournament?
Yeah, men's tournament challenge.
Here it is. I just want to talk about how my name is totally going to win, and then I lost out immediately.
Aren't you in last?
Probably. And then the second chance bracket, my name's like, maybe this one.
Mine's just the Ball Stars, and I'm tied for third right now, I think. I'm almost positive we did the first 2 rounds, so we can just jump in on the Sweet 16.
Okay. Well, there's a game on right now, actually.
Yeah, maybe I can get that game. You're talking about Gonzaga, Arkansas?
Mm-hmm. That's pretty close.
Yeah, I predicted that those 2 teams would make it to this far.
I have Gonzaga winning that one. And
I do too.
They're down by 3, but
there's still a lot of game
13 minutes left.
A lot of game left. Yeah, I picked them, and then I had picked Notre Dame versus Michigan. It was neither of those. It's Texas Tech versus Duke. So, fucked that one up.
I picked both of these. So I got that right.
Oh, you got that one right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have Texas Tech moving on. But they don't play until
9:39.
9:39? That's random.
What a specific time.
They're just like watching. Go. Throw the ball.
Start. Just panicking. I'm going to try to restart this real quick.
It's 9:40. We got to cancel.
Fuck. It's going to fuck up the rest of the games. God damn it. Cancel the tournament.
Halftime's going to be shortened by a minute.
The next slot, I had North Carolina versus St. Mary's.
I had Baylor versus St. Mary's.
I got North Carolina right, but UCLA's in there. I have North Carolina advancing.
I didn't pick.
You didn't pick?
Well, I think because I lost out.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
So next one, I had Purdue versus St. Peter's. Sorry, I picked Purdue versus Kentucky. My bad.
I had Texas, Kentucky.
So I got Purdue right. That fucked me up because I had Kentucky going to the end. I didn't have them winning it, but I had them making it to the Final Four.
I had them in the end too.
Yeah.
The championship. Mm-hmm. Moving on.
The next one, I had Arizona and Chattanooga. I got that wrong. It's Arizona, Houston. So
I picked those two. So I got that.
I had Chattanooga moving on, so I fucked up there.
I have Arizona moving on. So we'll see.
It.
They play at 9:59.
What the fuck?
That's a late game too.
Where are they playing?
Oh, it's probably 9:59 our time.
Yeah. Then I
I guess
had
Arizona. I don't know.
I had picked Tennessee versus Villanova. I had Tennessee winning it all.
I did as well, but I had Tennessee and Villanova picked, but I picked Villanova.
I had Tennessee moving on.
Or I had
Right.
Villanova, and then I picked Villanova moving on.
Mm.
I can't. They're winning right now.
They've
got
are.
18 and a half left.
See what happens. I got the next one right though. Kansas Providence. I got that one right.
I have Kansas, Iowa. So I got Kansas.
Sheesh.
And since you talked about who you had winning it all, I have Kansas winning it all.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
still in it, so we'll see. But my end was Kansas, Kentucky.
Oh.
Yeah, upsetting.
Well, maybe Kansas winning will just give you enough points to put you at the top. That would be crazy.
Maybe I'll get $1.
We didn't put any money in. Oh, you did though. You.
No, maybe I'll get $1.
Next I had Wisconsin versus USC. Sorry, it looked like a G because the line was going through it. I was like, who the fuck is that? I got that wrong. It's Iowa, Miami.
I got it wrong too. I had Wisconsin, Auburn.
What do you do? Especially
Right.
if you don't watch basketball.
I don't think I have any. I have. Well, actually, yeah, I have. Oh my God, I have Gonzaga, Texas Tech still good, and then Arizona and Villanova still good. I guess I have Kansas; they could win, and then I have them move on.
The only team I have left in my Final Four is Gonzaga. The rest of them are already out.
I have 3 of 4.
So I'm fucked there. Let me see if I can pull up
Sorry, I wasn't using
your notes.
Yeah, that was mental notes. I did not have a phone in my hand.
But we did do the second chance bracket.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
I've got that pulled up real quick, so I'm just going to fire through while you start.
I'll go find it.
Okay. I've got Gonzaga and Arkansas, right, playing. I've got Gonzaga winning. I've got Texas Tech beating Duke. I just want Duke to fucking lose. North Carolina beating UCLA. Purdue beating St. Peter's. Arizona beating Houston. Villanova beating Michigan. Kansas beating Providence. And Miami beating Iowa.
Ours is exactly the same, except I have Iowa State winning.
Oh, okay. Neat.
You said you have Gonzaga winning, right?
Against Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we'll see, but
yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll get
Second
this one
chance.
right. Probably not.
who did I have to pick the national? Oh, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, and
Who
this
do you have
other
in the
bracket.
end?
And the end of this second chance bracket, I've got Purdue and Kansas.
I've got Kansas, Texas Tech.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna have to make it a while.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
We'll see though. This will be fun. Keep
It
catching
is.
up.
Shout out Damon for suggesting it.
Yeah. We know nothing about college basketball.
Nope.
But shout out.
Neither does he. I know he only pays attention to it.
When it gets to the end.
Yeah. Well, March Madness, right?
Right,
He did.
yeah.
Not the last game, not the final. Okay.
It's pretty mad. 'Cause we're in March.
It is pretty wacky. Did you have any more sports?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the swimmer?
We can.
We're gonna not get political with this.
Try not to.
Try not to. So I think everybody knows this news. I don't think this is just a sports
No,
fan news.
It's transcended that.
Yeah. Speaking of trans, God, that's a terrible segue. Leah Thomas, the NCAA swimmer that won the championship, the women's championship, is a transgender swimmer. She's transgender. And people are upset because of the whole biological male, they have an upper hand
Right.
bullshit. Not true. It's swimming, so everybody's on the same playing field. We're not meant to be in water.
Very good point.
So if you're good at swimming, who gives a shit if you have a cock and balls or a vagina?
I agree. And like something that doesn't get talked about a lot too is on the hormone replacement therapy and stuff. In the process of transitioning, it physically changes the body too.
Right.
So a lot of the the argument of being born one thing doesn't completely hold up because your body's physically changing.
Right.
It's not the same. You don't
get bigger muscles when you become a woman.
Exactly. It's not the argument, or at least how I don't know, read it whenever people are arguing against it or like going off about how wrong this is. It's not as simple as like they grew their hair out, they changed their name,
they got boobs.
Right. It's not.
What's bullshit is we're not going to get political, but the group of people that don't like it, it's as if they think that she became a woman because she wanted to upper hand in swimming.
Yeah, that's always a great argument.
That's so stupid. Why would people definitely think that?
Right. No, for sure. And my biggest problem with the whole situation is the people that are just writing this, talking about how bad it is, how the NCAA or whatever should be ashamed of themselves for letting it happen, blah, 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 are just popping off and talking about how it's unfair for women sports, but they don't pay attention to women's sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, why do you care now? Because
right.
It aligns with or misaligns with your views.
They've made this their entire personality the last week or however long it's been since this happened.
I've avoided Facebook. I had to delete people off Facebook, and then I had to stop looking at it.
Yeah. It's just a shit show.
It's the same thing. Like any big event happens around the world, I can't go on Facebook. I avoid it most of the time anyway.
Same.
I don't need to see what's going on with my family that bad.
That's why I don't share this on there either.
Exactly, because
if you're watching this,
if I say fucking cock and balls, then I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a few more notes. They're kind of funny. Well, this is actually just facts. Apparently, her stats were worse while transitioning. This is the first race that she has won.
Yeah, and didn't she go on to lose her one right after this too or something?
I don't know, probably.
I thought I saw that.
It's probably people getting in her head now.
Right.
Like, you shouldn't be swimming because you're a woman. Like, you give up your whole life because you became what you want to be.
Right.
What you're meant to be. It's bullshit. Also, I have, if it matters that she was born with a dick, then I should be able to beat Sha'Carri Richardson in a race. Because I have a dick.
That's true. You think you can?
I would be banned from races too, though.
What?
Like, she was banned from the Olympics.
Oh, yep. I already forgot. God damn. I was like, why? What'd you do? Like, okay, yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah, I'm on the same track.
Because I transitioned. I don't know. That, all right.
We're losing the plot. We're losing the plot. I can't think of any other sports news off the top of my head right now. So much is happening. It's hard to keep up with.
There's a lot, but only half of what's going on in sports is notable.
Yeah.
I don't feel like looking up scores of games and telling you. If there's a big win, then I'll tell you, but the Kraken don't win, so.
And again, we're recording this on a Thursday. Colorado lost last night to Vancouver, so that sucked shit. I think they're still leading the league right now, though. Carolina beat Tampa the other night.
Oh.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. Was Tampa, second in the league?
No. Let me pull it up real quick just to be safe. I want to say they're probably like fourth or fifth.
Well, that's still good. Knock the top off a little.
Yeah, I haven't checked the standings in a minute.
Bumping the mic.
Just kidding. they're 7th. So right now I'll do top 10. It goes Colorado, Florida, Carolina, Pittsburgh, Toronto, New York Rangers, Tampa Bay, Calgary, Boston, and then Washington. So
moving on.
I'm sorry. You might have to turn the volume down on that one. That one was rough.
You don't have it following.
Nope.
Speaking of following,
make sure you're following us on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and
Apple
Podcast, wherever you listen to it at.
Anchor, if you use Anchor.
Yep.
I bet you use Bandcamp a lot, too. It's the same crowd.
I didn't even think of it that way. Make sure you give us a rating, too, if it's on there.
Yeah.
Thumbs up the
Hopefully
video.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah. We like it.
Yeah.
So you do. You don't have a choice. You like it.
If you're listening to episode 6, you like it.
Yeah. Or you at least like us. Thanks. Oh, real quick before we re-up the cameras and switch on to music, want to announce this too. So our band Afloat, the one that I started with my buddy Ethan, we are playing Norman Music Fest if you're in the area on April 30th. That's a Saturday at 8 p.m. Mikey's going to be there. Jacob Blue's going to be there. Come have a good time. It's going to be our first show since like December of 2019, right before COVID hit.
Man.
Yeah. We're excited. We had a practice with you this last week and had a great time. So if you're unfamiliar with our music, go find it wherever you listen to music. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Bandcamp. It's not on SoundCloud.
AFLOAT.
Yep.
Afloat. And then it's there's another Afloat, but this is the good one.
We're the good one.
It's a red-ish. Bless you.
Bless you. I don't think she can hear us.
It has a reddish photo. That's the one you want.
Yeah, if it helps, just look up the album No Signal by Afloat. That's still our most recent thing we dropped. Still proud of it. It's not our most recent thing. We dropped a song called Red Lights earlier this year. Go check that out. We hope you can make it if you're in the area. We'd love to see you. Should we get to music? We'll be right back.
I don't know what that was.
I don't either. Let's get right into this music. Yeah? Yeah. So we didn't announce last week who we were going to listen to.
We didn't know.
We didn't know. We did a random generate for the first time in a minute. And we got Nirvana / Foo Fighters.
Right.
We decided that we were going to obviously split it up across 2 episodes. But, we're trying to keep connections. So we started with Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
It was an experience.
It was. All right, we'll see you next episode. Later.
You are out of my league. Got my heartbeat racing. All right, so Bleach. Fuck. We were familiar with Nirvana, obviously. Who hasn't heard a Nirvana song, right?
At least smells like.
Right. I'd never listened to an album all the way through. I just listened to the hits.
I might have listened to Nevermind all the way through. Or not even in one sitting.
Right. Pretty much. I just hadn't, like you said, not in one sitting. It was cool to go through, wasn't really what I was expecting, I guess. I mean, it was, but I was surprised by more stuff than I thought I would be. You know what I mean?
You liked more than you thought?
Yeah. I don't know. Bleach was the first album we listened to. My notes on that were Big Cheese was my favorite song off that album. I loved the intro to it. My exact note is Big Cheese favorite song, intro goes crazy. So,
For Big Cheese, which I also liked, I have Sweet Riff, back to the lyrical feel, which is something I guess we could have started off the bat.
yeah.
Reading an article because I was reading into some of the meaning of some of the songs,
Mm-hmm.
and Kurt Cobain wrote his songs for more of like a feeling rather than like telling a story. So if you're listening and it doesn't make any sense, it's because you're supposed to get the feeling from how the lyrics are thrown together
And how they're being sang.
and how they're being, yeah. God. And how the song makes you feel.
Right.
So, a lot of that album and some of the songs that I liked and have notes on, there are some storytelling songs, but Big Cheese is back to like the lyrical feel.
Mm-hmm.
That was a long-winded way of saying that.
You're good. My next note is the bass line and Love Buzz is hella smooth. Just really like how that bass sounds.
Yeah,
Good bass tone.
good. I like that song too. To me, it has like a CCR feel.
Yeah, I can
And
see
I'm a
that.
big CCR fan, so that made me happy. Next.
My last, god damn it. Why is this so awkward?
I don't know.
How'd we fuck up the vibe?
the lights changed.
Yeah. My last note on Bleach is who doesn't like the song About a Girl? It's just, it's a good song, you know?
You can hate it, but you're wrong.
Right.
My note on About a Girl is back to that classic rock feel. Feels like a classic rock song. It's catchy. The free I do. Yeah. That part?
I thought he was here.
Yeah. He is. Right
He's
here.
always with us.
It's right here.
Bleach was good though.
Yeah.
I can't think of a song off of it I didn't like, you know. There's Nirvana's a hard one to talk about, right? I think this is the problem. I think this is why it feels weird.
It's a lot of face value.
Yeah, it's they had so many hits, right? They weren't around for a super long time.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But they're such a big band, such a big influence on music. It's what can you really say about them? You know what I mean?
That people don't already know.
Right. They had hella hits. I can't think of a song right now off the top of my head I didn't care for, because it's
I liked more than others, but I didn't dislike any song.
right, especially if you try to keep it in mind that even if the song doesn't make sense to you or isn't like, I don't know, super cohesive, it's about the feeling you get while listening to it. And so I really fucked with it for that reason.
Yeah. If you didn't know that, I think it still comes across correctly.
Yeah.
But I could see it going over people's heads. Like, I can't name the song off the top of my head.
What about Hairspray Queen?
Well,
that's
yeah.
jumping albums.
Yeah,
but I'm just talking
like
about
for that, it sounds terrible, but it's good because it sounds terrible.
right. We can touch on it more when we get to that one.
I had some other songs from
Oh,
Bleach.
go ahead.
Paper Cuts, grunge. Gotta love the screaming was my note. That's where you get a lot of the grunge is that song,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of the other songs on Bleach. It's not really Nirvana. It doesn't sound like Nirvana at all.
It was heavier than I was expecting.
It's a lot heavier for 1989.
Yeah.
That's when the album came out.
If you didn't know.
Yeah.
He does.
I know that. And now you know. You're welcome. And then Negative Creep. That's the Motorhead sounding song.
Yeah, that one was
That
cool.
song rips. Repetitive lyrics. He says a lot of the same. I think he says the same line a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it works for the sound that they go for.
Yeah.
I
a
don't
vibe.
imagine they meant to sound like Motorhead.
No, but I mean, you never know. We pretty much said that at the same time. Like, we were thinking it right as soon as it started. It was like, damn, this just feels like Motorhead.
Yeah.
Which was cool. You know? It was really interesting diving deeper into their music, since I really only knew them at face value. I only knew the radio hits.
You know Nirvana like everyone else does.
Exactly.
And that is Nevermind.
Right. Which is my favorite album out of this list, and that's the next one. Did you have before I...
one more, Mr. Mustache. And that's because he says poop is hard to rock. But it also sounds really good.
Bars.
Yeah. Never mind.
Like I said, it was my favorite album. The first 6 songs are all hits, right? It's such a solid 6-song run.
I mean, if you want to think about it, the whole album is hits.
The whole album is, yes.
It's not Nickelback, whatever that album is called.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
It's not that level of hits, but the hits they have are way bigger than Nickelback will ever be.
100%. Yeah, without... Yeah.
So I didn't even mean to draw that conclusion, but that's what we talked about last week, how that album was all radio hits.
Right. These deserved to be hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pulling up Spotify right now to see what I saved, because I didn't save any of those 6 songs just because I already knew them. I wanted to try to save the ones that actually stood out to me that I didn't know. And those were...
I was just going to say, I have an overall note for the album. Like we said, it's the album everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
All hits, nothing bad to say. I had to read it because it was bothering me.
You're good.
I have OCD.
You're good. The 3 I ended up saving off of it that I didn't know were Stay Away, Drain You, and Territorial Pissings. And I have a note for Territorial Pissings. It just says, was my favorite song I didn't already know. I don't know what it was about that song. I just really fucked with it. I'm probably going to listen back through this album again tomorrow.
Oh, this is off the bat. Nirvana is a band that I'll listen to every single song over again.
Yeah, it was really cool. I didn't take too many notes on Nevermind just because I didn't know what to say about it other than it's just such a good album. Right. You know?
I had 2 songs saved off of it.
Which ones?
I had Smells Like.
Mm-hmm.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. The note for that is obviously Come On. Who doesn't know that song? Who doesn't like
It's
that
got
song?
arguably the most iconic intro
in music
history. Just the I'll touch on it at the end.
I'll let you get to your songs, but I also liked In Bloom. It's my favorite Nirvana song. I think a lot of it is...
Was that on Nevermind?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that was on there. That is a banger.
It has nostalgia factor for me because that song was on Rock Band.
I was thinking about all the Nirvana songs that I've played through on like Guitar Hero, Rock Band, all that, and just having fond memories of it.
I just love that bass line.
Yeah, he's an incredible bass player. He has some great
There's a lot of
riffs.
bass riffs, and especially in a later album, In Utero, which is my favorite album.
Mm-hmm.
There's a song on there.
That's something we've been struggling with all day, is how we pronounce the album. I've always called it In Utero.
It's probably Utero.
Okay.
I'm stupid, so it looks like Utero, so fucking
comment, let us know. Am I right or is Mikey right?
Nah, I'll throw a vote in for you. I want to see, so vote on that.
I'll throw a vote in.
I'm almost sure that you're right.
Same.
Throw in a vote too.
We're kind of flying through it, but there's really not a ton to say about Nirvana, like we've already said. Do you have any notes on Incesticide?
I do. I had...
I've got one.
Hairspray Queen?
Hairspray Queen.
Yeah.
My one note is, wasn't crazy about the album as a whole, but liked how weird Hairspray Queen was.
This is their... Not that it's a bad album, but
yeah.
This is their most
yeah.
album. It's probably my. I guess there's 4 albums that we listened to that weren't live. There's like 7 or 8 albums, but most of them are live.
And a bunch of like,
or like a
deluxe 30th anniversary,
deluxe, which is like 7 hours long.
Yeah, we didn't go through that. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't as crazy about it. I don't think that many people, especially like friends and stuff that listen to this show, I can think of, I wouldn't suggest Hairspray Queen to them. You know what I mean?
If you're a diehard weird music lover, then you'll love it.
Yeah.
Or like if you really, really like Nirvana, you'll love it.
Yeah. I love JPEG Mafia because of how fucked up his beats and stuff are. So I think that's one reason why I loved this song too. It just gave me a similar feeling.
I like JPEG Mafia too, but like think about weird music. Aphex Twin.
Death Grips.
Yeah. R.I.P. Death Grips. They didn't die, but they're split up.
Right.
Yeah, I had that note for Hairspray Queen of weird, awful, but it's good.
Right.
Love the crazy ass screaming.
Yeah, he does some crazy vocal shit throughout these albums.
He says something like, "I'm you, yours, me, I'm," but it sounds better than that.
He's like,
it's that trashy, but it sounds better than that.
Yeah, I don't know how he was able to just do those fucked up vocals and it sound cool. You know what I mean?
And then like, I think this is the same song that I was thinking of. The drums and the intro are off by like a fourth of a beat.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice.
Like when he comes in, like it sounds like he fumbled with his sticks almost.
Well, I know something with Dave Grohl is he likes on like Nirvana recordings and stuff for them to be, sorry, not Nirvana, Foo Fighters. On Foo Fighter recordings, he likes them to be messy. He likes there to be
raw.
Yeah, he wants there to be mistakes in there. He doesn't want them to be super polished where like he wants to hear the sound of the fingers sliding down the guitar strings. You know what I mean? That like buzzing.
I think that comes from Nirvana because
they're sloppy.
There's sloppy ass solos that sound great.
Yeah. He said his other big thing is he likes whenever you can feel the tempo just kind of
wavering.
Just riding, but everyone's together. You know what I mean? It's about the feeling.
Right.
So
what do you do?
That
doesn't fit, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
I also Sliver.
I don't remember that one.
This is the one. Can Grandma take me home?
Oh, yeah.
Home? That's that I listened to some of these liked songs on my way up here, so I had in my head like, oh yeah, that's why I liked it. It's not just like this is a cool riff,
right?
This is what it sounded like in my head, so I could maybe translate that better. But listening to it again, it was a really decent story of like. He starts off the song. My parents went to a show. Mom and Dad went to a show. Went to Grandpa Joe's, or maybe it's Grandma Joe's. Anyway, had like dinner. Fell asleep watching TV. Can Grandma take me home? It says that a bunch. That's the chorus. And the bridge / ending chorus, he says it like 20 times.
Jesus.
He says it a lot. And he's like, yeah, ate some ice cream. Fell asleep watching TV. Woke up to my mom holding me in her arms. Can Grandma take me home? What exactly does it mean? Is it nonsense? If you're listening to the song and you don't really think about it as a cohesive story, it's kind of just nonsense words thrown together.
Right.
But that's back to their style. It's also a story at the same time if you really listening to each and every word as like a whole.
I'm going to have to go through that one again and
it's
try
a
to pay
fun
more
song.
attention.
But my actual notes was catchy again. Can Grandma take me home? Can Grandma take me home? That's catchy. Let Grandma take him home. That was a note I had. Fucking let her do it. He's whining. It's pissing me off. Has like a college movie vibe.
That song or that album?
That song.
Yeah.
Like listening to like the riffs of the guitar. I don't know why, but it just reminded me of the movie like Accepted.
Yeah.
With Justin Long.
That makes
Shout
sense.
out Justin Long. He's rad. I love Justin Long.
Watch Comet with Justin Long in it. If you haven't seen,
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
It just gave me like the vibe, and another note is, makes me want to go shred on a skateboard. It's like skater punk rock almost.
That's one thing I really liked about the early Nirvana stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess just Nirvana in general. I want to say that's why Stay Away and Drain You, why I liked those, because they gave me like a skater feeling. You know what I mean?
Are they on this album?
They're on, sorry, Nevermind. They're on Nevermind? Yeah, they're on Nevermind. But I was like, I could definitely see me like playing Tony Hawk or some shit like this song on, as a kid. So I really fucked with that. I
just want to wear like Jinkos.
I would love to get a pair of Jinkos.
That'd be sick.
We got to get that for one of the next pod intros.
Go play putt-putt in some Jinkos.
Well, I'm thinking about this. So, we switch up the podcast intros every time, right? We try to make it fun for the people that actually take time to go watch them.
And shout out YouTube viewers.
We appreciate you.
No one knows what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Guess you're gonna have to go watch the YouTube to see what that was.
Yeah, I'm not telling anybody what we just did.
No.
Not even
Grandma?
Can you take me home?
What I was getting to though is we have a way we want to start our podcast. We've got a way that we want to, whenever we get it actually going, not the intro, but like the welcome back section.
Mm-hmm.
We want smelling salts very badly.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. I've looked online and all I can find are the tubs of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not fun.
No.
I want the ones we can sit here and crack on the mic.
Yeah.
And then both smell them at the same time, just as a fun way to start the episode. Yeah. And just get our energy up right before we record, because we do this after work, So it'd be a good little
pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if somehow any of you know how to get a hold of those or have some for whatever
the little
reason,
packet kind.
Yeah, the ones that you snap and sniff. Let us know. We would love that.
If somehow this gets to an NHL team, send us a tub, please.
Please.
And we're not going to abuse it. You can't really do anything bad with smelling salts, I don't imagine.
Not that I know of.
I'm not going to inject smelling salts into my veins.
No, I think if you hold it too close and smell, it can like fuck up your nose, like your sinuses. But
I'll just smell really good.
Who needs them?
Well, I won't.
You won't smell.
I won't smell. Like other people won't.
In utero, I have one note.
You have one?
I have one note.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite album. I have a pair.
God damn. All right, well, I'm just going to do mine real quick then. It just says, radio friendly shifter was incredible. Favorite song of the experience. We were both working, and as soon as this song started, our heads snapped to find each other. We just locked eyes like, what the fuck is about to happen? The intro to that song is so sick.
Yeah. Gotta love a good drum intro. And of course, it's the god of drumming, Dave Grohl. So.
We're not
what
worthy.
Do you do?
Let's let it rip, dude. I'm ready to hear your paragraph.
That was part of my note for that was, I'll just start my whole note. It's all one sentence. I went to college, but I write run-on sentences. Radio-friendly unit shifter is the song we're talking about.
Yep.
Dash. Crazy wailing whammy intro guitar. Like that's, he's just like, it doesn't even sound like
a guitar.
It sounds like a siren.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
And then obviously to the sick drum and bass intro.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the bass intro, but it's just like a driving bass that matches the do-dat, do-dat, do-do-dat. It's perfectly. I don't know who their bassist is. I couldn't name him.
It's like Cursed Novoselic or something like that.
He has some, especially on this album, you notice it a lot more. He has some crazy good bass lines.
Oh yeah, absolutely killer.
But yeah, that was my notes for that song. That's one of my favorite songs.
I think it's Krist. How would you say that? Christ?
I-S-T. Christ.
I think it's
Yeah.
Novoselic.
It's probably short for Christian or something.
Probably, I don't know, but amazing bass player.
Right.
Go listen to that song for sure.
That's not a song that I had heard before.
No.
I didn't even know this album existed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you just know like Heart-Shaped Box? Because that's
Heart-Shaped Box, All Apologies.
Oh, I forgot All Apologies was on there. I know Heart-Shaped Box was like the big single off of it.
And Rape Me. I knew that song.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I've heard it maybe in pieces before. I got the Nirvana self-titled album. I have that on vinyl, and it's on there. So that's where I heard like the full song for the first time, is listening to that. But before that, I maybe just heard like the intro.
Right.
Speaking of that song, my only negative critique of Nirvana is, I told you this earlier, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Rape Me, and I think it's about a girl. It's either that or All Apologies, but I think it's about a girl.
It's about a girl.
They all have very similar like cadence of how the guitar riffs are, and it confuses me when the songs come on. The only time I know the difference is because of the drums of Smells Like Teen Spirit in the intro, but very similar. Anyway, so I'll start at the top. Serve the Servants has a dope intro riff. Wish it was heavier after, but I see the influence that they had on other bands later. That's another song that we like looked at each other, because it sounded like we were listening to like, I don't even know who to compare it to, like Dance Gavin Dance or something.
I'd have to go back and listen to it again to
It has a
think of what it
very
was.
modern guitar intro feel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then catchy chorus. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants.
Yeah.
Oh
Now it's clicking.
I think that song's about his dad. Or at least the second verse is. Because he talks about, he said, like, I tried to have a father, but I got a dad. I don't hate you as much now, or something like that. I don't know if the whole song's about his dad, but I caught that listening to the
I forgot about those lines.
And then moving on to the next one I had notes on, Scentless Apprentice. Drums? I think it had crazy drums. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't remember a ton off of In Utero. I don't know what it was. I just wasn't vibing with it as much as Nevermind. I can't remember what I was working on.
There was just so many hits on Nevermind that you kind of get lost in the sauce after you get through with Nevermind, because it's like, how do you top that? They're still decent songs, but they're not hits that you know.
Right.
It's kind of hard to listen to very new songs while we're multitasking all day while we're listening to these songs. So that's part of the reason. But like we said, this list that we're making of these bands is all about the experience. And we had a great time. So
we did.
Yeah, I said drums. Excuse me. Dave Grohl is a god. So I guess it had crazy drums on it. I wish I knew what it sounded like.
Same. I'm brain dead right now.
And then Rape Me. First note I have, not what rape usually means. So, correct me if I'm wrong, audience. But what I think he means by rape me, I'm not trying to defend him. He's dead. It doesn't matter. I think he's like invading personal space is what he means by it, I think.
I could see that for sure.
Like, you're raping my area.
Right. It's just an exaggerated way of saying, like, give me my space.
Right. And it's all back to that. He writes for feel.
Right.
He doesn't actually mean rape him.
We don't think.
Who knows? Maybe he was into it.
God damn it.
And then the next note I have is weirdly feel a connection to the song because of life experiences. Like bad relationships. The intruding on personal space, fucking up someone's life. You raped my life. It's a very hardcore way of saying
it is.
Like, you messed with me. But I don't know. It's back to the feeling. I feel like I have a connection to what he's trying to get across.
For sure.
Penny Royalty.
I know you really liked that one.
Yeah, I just like it. Not sure why. That's my note. Listening to it on the way back up here, I don't really have specific notes on it. I just like it. It's a good song.
It's about the feeling.
Yeah. And we'll get to it because it's the last album that we talked about, but the full band version, not the unplugged version, is better.
Oh, for sure. That's the only note I have for Unplugged is not all songs were great as acoustic, but was still a fun listen, obviously. There's some songs that carried over better into that softer rendition.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those songs, you need the craziness,
Right.
like the chaos of the electric guitar and Kurt really putting his voice.
He's wailing on the full band versions. He's just singing,
Right.
basically, on the unplugged.
And we typically, we've said we don't do acoustic albums, or if there's like acoustic versions, we don't really listen to them unless we know it's basically a complete rework of the song.
Or if it's like, it's not labeled as acoustic. Like, it's meant to just be an acoustic song.
Right. But this was such an iconic session, you know what I mean? Acoustic session, that we felt like we needed to just go ahead and listen to it.
It's a fun listen.
It is. It's cool hearing Kurt, interact with people in the crowd and like the band in between songs. It's not mandatory in the experience, but it's really cool, and some of the songs sound amazing on it.
Yeah.
But highly suggest, if you haven't, the camera stopped. We'll be right back.
God damn it. What were you saying? Yeah, go listen to Unplugged.
Yeah, listen to it, but also if the songs aren't connecting in the acoustic version, go find the original. Since these songs are about the feeling, it will carry across way better. It'll get the point across.
Islanders up 3-0.
Islanders up 3-0. That's huge. Start of the third period. Am I good luck? I think so.
Is it because you're able to watch it or not able to watch it?
Well,
is it the jersey or is it not?
I guess we'll have to see whenever this game's done where it's at.
I had going back to In Utero. I
Oh,
said it right.
You got it.
Nailed it. I just had one more. All Apologies. Bass riff is nice and floaty.
Yeah.
It's like a floaty kind of song.
It's an incredible song.
It's also very catchy.
It is.
A lot of their songs, their choruses are just catchy.
Islanders up 4-0, baby.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, and they aren't. Detroit's not even going to score once.
Oh, why did you say that, you dumb fuck?
It's not going to happen.
If they score now,
They won't.
Especially if Sorokin is in net, because I have him on both of my fantasy teams.
I'm just helping myself out. They won't score.
All right.
I'll keep saying it too, because it's true.
Okay.
You're wearing the jersey. You can't.
Oh, that's true.
Unplugged. I had two notes.
Let her rip.
Plateau. Not a song you hear outside of Unplugged that I remember.
I don't remember it now.
It must just be an acoustic only song.
Or a cover.
It could be a cover.
I know they did a couple covers on that.
Might have been just a cover then. Because it has a folk sound. It's kind of folky. And he sings in a folky voice, which is odd for him, but it sounds good.
Yeah. He's got crazy range.
Yeah. And then Where Did You Sleep Last Night? And it's another folky. This one sounds a little bit more rock. But it reminds me of Tyler Childers. His voice does.
Oh, okay.
The way he pronunciates the words that he's singing in that folky voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not super. I know the name. I'm not super familiar with.
It's country
music.
music, so if
Right.
you're not a country music fan, then Go fuck yourself.
Jesus.
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
We didn't discuss where we were going to put them on the list at all.
I'm still not sure. I haven't thought
Me
about
either.
it myself.
I thought about it right before we were leaving work.
This is where it becomes tough because we liked it so much. Where our top of the list is getting kind of heavy.
It is. So for reminder,
this is where it sucks to have all the genres together.
Yeah. It's just as a refresher, see if this helps you, but to remind everyone listening, our ranking from top to bottom goes J. Cole, Jay-Z, Miley Cyrus, 4 Year Strong, Frank Ocean, Eminem, Issues, Woe Is Me, Creed / Limp Bizkit, A Day to Remember, Nickelback, and MGK.
MGK staying at the bottom forever. Fuck MGK.
Yep, we can talk about that after we get into the list because we have some more updates. Honestly, my opinion, the way I'm feeling right now, I would put them. Fuck. Now I'm going back and forth. Now I'm going. I was about to say in between Jay-Z and Miley Cyrus, but I almost want to just put them at the top.
The very top?
The very top. Because it's tough, man.
It's very tough.
It's
hard to justify enjoying an entire experience and enjoying an entire experience. Which one do you put above enjoyment?
Right.
Which enjoyment was better?
You've got to take into factor like replayability, right?
Yeah.
We've got to take that into factor. But also, I think something more important is how did the songs that we didn't know before this hit us compared to other artists. But the reason why I want to put them at the top is just because of how influential of a band they were.
Yeah, still are.
And still are. We wouldn't have, I don't think, a lot of bands sound the way they do without them.
Yeah.
So
they're the top of grunge.
Right.
And look where grunge influenced other stuff, other bands.
What are you feeling?
I'm in the same boat. It's tough. I'm thinking about how we enjoyed Jay-Z. There were songs that were just over my head because they were just sound.
Yeah.
And we talked about that with Darian, and he's the biggest Jay-Z fan I think I could know. And he hates an entire album. What was it, Kingdom Come or something like that?
No. Yes. I'll pull it up.
Okay. Well, there's an entire album that he doesn't like, that he says is trash.
It is Kingdom Come.
And thinking about Nirvana, I said this, I'm sure you agree, I would listen to every single song over again.
Yeah, I would, but I don't know how many times I would. You know, that's
until it gets old.
Right. Is
that amount of music or just because of the nature of...
I don't think it has anything to do with their music necessarily. I mean, you listen to one artist too much, you're going to get sick of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm almost saying put them on top.
I tend to agree. It's tough because J. Cole is so... Man, I almost said J. Cole is so hot.
I would have known what you meant, though.
Yeah, you get where I'm coming from.
Right. He's a great rapper, amazing lyricist.
Great music.
Yes. Hits.
I would listen to more of the hits and the other songs that I like.
Right.
His whole first album I probably won't go and listen to.
Exactly. I would just go listen to the songs I know I already like. As of right now, I would go through Nirvana's whole discography again because it's about feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's the nature
something
of how he wrote it.
Yeah, there's just something fun about it, you know? And I feel like listening it to the entire albums and context like that is what helps drive it home. You know, I wouldn't sit there and go listen to every album in a day again, but
then you have like just the overarching story of the beginning of Nirvana's career and then the end of Kurt Cobain's life, and that adds to it.
right,
As unfortunate as it is, and it's unfair for J. Cole, I guess, on our list,
right.
but it adds to it, and that's I think I am okay with putting him at number one. J. Cole's very, very like 1.5, but I'd agree Nirvana is a clean number one.
There you have it. They're at our number one.
And that's fact.
Something to touch on what you were just saying about Kurt Cobain's death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is while we were listening, I was just thinking about this alternate timeline. Because we're going to do Foo Fighters, not next episode, because we're going to have Jesse on. We'll get into that in a minute. Listening to their music, I was thinking of an alternate timeline where what if it was Dave Grohl that OD'd or killed himself or something instead of Kurt? How different like music would be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We wouldn't have Foo Fighters.
We wouldn't have Foo Fighters.
Which are right there with Nirvana with influence.
We would still potentially have Nirvana because in the grand scheme of things, it's way easier to replace a drummer than it is the front man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
It's hard to replace Dave Grohl, but you can get another drummer.
Exactly. As great as Dave Grohl is of a musician, bands do that all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know. It was fucking me up to think about because Foo Fighters is one of my favorite bands.
Right.
That's Dave Grohl and like Green Day are the reason why I wanted to start drumming was just that music.
Yeah.
So I don't even know like where I would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would you even play drums?
I don't know.
Would you even like music this much?
Maybe not.
You go as far as to say that? Potentially,
yeah. Like my whole outlook on music could be completely different, and I think that just, I don't know, shows how important Nirvana is how important Dave Grohl is how important all three of them were. Like that band wouldn't be who they were without all three of them.
Right.
But it's just weird to think of what if it was someone else other than Kurt that died.
Yeah, and especially because like as we know, we both write lyrical things. You with Final Thoughts. I don't know. Do you write?
I do some afloat stuff, not nearly as much, but
like as you know, writing music, especially more so lyrics, people you can write for a feel, but you won't do it the same way that Kurt Cobain does.
No,
unless you just straight up copy a song.
That's what.
Like there's bands like Bon Iver, Bon Iver. I always say Bon Iver. It's the same
that's
thing
how I
with
pronounce
saying,
it.
Utero or whatever I was saying earlier that was wrong. Like they have like a lot more feel, and the songs don't really make a whole lot of sense unless you really deep dive. But their songs are, I mean, I just bumped the mic super hard. Even though it's a different genre, not even close to the same thing as how Kurt Cobain would write for feel.
Yeah, that's something we were saying about Hairspray Queen earlier too. Whenever we heard it, was as like fucked up as that song is, you know, as chaotic as it is, I couldn't write something as well as that. You know what I mean?
I said this earlier. I think it's like I could write the same song, but it wouldn't sound good.
Right. I couldn't make
it would just be actual trash.
Exactly. There's something like so intentional about how it all sounds where I just know I wouldn't be able to do anything like that, and it makes it so much more impressive to think about.
Even just writing for feel, I can't do that in general. I can't write for feel. No. I don't even know where to start.
No.
Like Halloween, how do you make it feel like Halloween? So you say pumpkins, something orange. It's a little chilly, maybe.
It's I don't even know how to describe it, how you would try to go about it, and that's what makes it so great to listen to. But
and what's wild about that is like he probably had to try to write story ones. I'm sure
yeah.
his natural writing is just writing for feel, and he didn't even think about it like that.
Probably.
Or did think about it like that.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Wrapping things up here. God damn it. What I was getting to about Foo Fighters. So, you know, if this was going to be a normal episode next week, it would be Foo Fighters. But like we said, we want to bring Jesse on. We're excited to have him on.
A lot of getting him next episode is because I'm expecting Baker news sometime next week before Thursday. If not, that's going to be wild, and that'll be something to talk about too.
For sure.
Background information on Jesse, we'll talk about it next week too. He's a big OU fan, huge OU fan. We actually don't argue about it, which is great for our friendship.
Right.
Same thing with us. You're a big OU fan. I'm a lifelong, except for like a couple years when I was younger.
I was saying, you've got a picture on Facebook.
I have pictures of me in OU gear, but I didn't know what I was doing. So
it's a dark time.
Like we don't get in arguments, so it's fine. But he's a big OU fan, huge Baker fan. So am I. Even when he was at OU, OU's my nemesis when it's college football time.
He's just so much fun to watch.
Mainly just Bedlam. But yeah, he's an awesome quarterback, fun to watch, one of my favorite football players in general.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for the best for him. And Jesse's going to have more details than us, I'm sure.
I'm excited to hear him go off.
He's going to have some raw opinions.
You've been telling me texts he's been sending you, and they've just been killing me. So I'm excited to get with him. And so, you know, we're letting our guest pick who they want to listen to.
That's another main thing. Like we did with Darian, his main thing was coming on for Jay-Z.
Right. We want our guest to pick the artist that we go through. We want it to be someone that they deeply care about. And so next episode is going to be Mac Miller, someone we both love too.
Right.
So that's
going to be another tough one for the top 5.
It is. We'll see where we're at that day. It's going to be a little bit different of a episode or experience, I feel like, too, because I've listened to all the albums all the way through. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you have, too.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite.
I have it in order, but...
No, I haven't either.
That might change how I feel.
Yeah.
Probably for the better, but sorry.
It'll be a ride. But we'll get to that in the next one. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok,
YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. Share us with your friends.
Please get us out there. If you love us, please share.
We'd greatly appreciate it.
If I could hug you, I would.
Yeah.
But only if you allow it.
Make sure you go vote on TikTok for the bi-weekly beat off.
Please go watch them.
Please go watch them.
Let me look real quick.
Let's pull that up real quick before we get off of here. See what the views are at time of recording.
Is it going to make me sad? Sorry. Oh, it's a little better.
Is it?
It's not our best videos, but holy shit, we're at 4,300 on our intro one.
God damn. It's like our most simple one, too. Yeah. We did a photo shoot and put our music on it, and for some reason it popped.
Which bullshit is on my bi-weekly beat off video. I used very similar hashtags.
I did too.
And I posted same time of day.
Right. I used the same hashtags pretty much, and I posted at like 8 o'clock at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting at 123 views, which isn't bad, but it's lacking compared to what our most recent stuff has done. Yours is sitting at 65, and you posted at the same time of day that we did that photo shoot one.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me.
At all. And, like, we posted yours last night, and it makes logical sense to find, like, best time of day, but it also makes sense to have the video out for people to watch.
Right. What
would it matter time of day?
Whenever I woke up this morning, I got to work, I looked at it, it had 2 views. I was like, what the fuck?
No one watched it?
Yeah,
like, even if you scroll past it, it counts as a view.
Right. I don't know if it's because I posted it as, like, private at first, and so it kind of suppressed it right away. I don't know. Something I need to pay attention to.
Well, like, if you look at our other we're going on a tangent of this, but if you go from like the video before the intro, or even 2 videos before the intro, it's 184, 184 again, 4396. We got 5 likes within, or 5 views within us just pulling up TikTok.
Yeah.
4396, 220, 448, 423 on the stupidest video that we could possibly make.
You're us just throwing knives around.
With the worst audio ever, because it's my AirPod.
None of it synced. It's awful.
And then it goes to your video.
123 and then 65.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And we have a shit ton of likes on the intro one. I'm going to turn my volume down so I can look at it.
It's like 60, isn't it? Or 40 something?
47.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, which isn't great for like ratio.
It isn't, but for us.
For us, that's a lot.
Yeah, so make sure you're watching them, you're following us, you're letting people know about them.
You're sharing them.
You're sharing them.
Duet them.
Yeah.
Fucking talk trash on us if you want to.
Yeah, if you've got a differing take with whatever clip it is, respond. Let us know.
If you hate it, let us know. If you have ideas for how we can get more views, let us know.
Yeah, that would help. Make sure you go listen to Afloat. Go listen to our music. Look up No Signal. That's probably going to be the easiest way. No Signal by Afloat.
April 30th.
April 30th, 8 p.m.
What's the bar?
Red Brick Bar in Norman. It's for Norman Music Fest. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah. We're not going to... Our bosses don't listen to this. Well, they might, because they're on vacation.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to get off on Friday to go watch some bands.
Yeah, maybe do some photography while we're out.
Yeah. We're going to not lie to them, but we're not going to tell the full truth.
Well, we're also going to be practicing that day, so...
But yeah, so you might catch us. Look for the League Boys. What did I call us that one time?
The Greasy Boys.
The Greasy Boys.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
We'll be out on the town, dude.
We'll be greased up.
And cheeked up.
On a Tuesday. On a Friday, actually.
On a Saturday.
Well. This is a fucked up mess.
Our outros have been fucked recently.
At least the power's
They
on.
always have been. The power's here.
Man, I am just hoping for terrible things to happen.
You are.
Bye-bye now.
God damn it.